And we need to focus on the fact that there is obviously compromise within President Trump, within the Secret Service, within the police surrounding the areas. There is compromise. Compromise. They should have had snipers on that freaking building.
Well, Graham, let's not forget that the Secret Service is being overseen by people who are in charge that are under the Biden administration.
This is an eyewitness. Okay? This guy looks like he just snapped into a Slim Jim, but he knows what's going on more than the FBI and the Secret Service does. Okay? Let's play this clip. Listen to this.
And listen to the rally, right? We couldn't see him, but we could hear him. So we walked up, and probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking. I'm estimating here. I have no idea, But we noticed the guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle. We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle.
They're telling them.
Oh, what? Like they didn't know what was going on. We're like, hey, right here on the roof. We can see him from right here.
Wow.
He's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing
Pause.
there.
That comment right there. Look, let me tell you something, okay? Now, me and Todd, we've seen combat, but we both were the lowest tier that you could possibly be, okay? We weren't special forces, we weren't rangers, none of that stuff. Listen here. If literally you've got somebody speaking, a president, and somebody says, hey, a dude's got a gun right there, immediately communication is having, hey, get him off the stage now. Even if it turns out to be a hoax.
Right.
Even if it turns out that it was just a big old crow up there that whatever. You take no precautions of any kind. The fact that the reports came in and Trump's still up there just speaking.
Mm-hmm. Dude, if it was a 1% chance, if it was less than if it was a 0.01% chance that dude was a shooter, as soon as somebody notified police, he should have got snatched off the stage.
They should have Goldberg speared him off of the thing.
Period.
The end.
What I find interesting on that press conference we just saw, the FBI guy was saying that you have to ask the Secret Service about it. Ask the Secret Service guy about it. But there wasn't a Secret Service guy there at the press conference. That's just a coincidence to me.
But the FBI took over, right?
Yeah, I know that. So, but I mean, why wasn't there
Federal Bureau of Idiots is what it is.
Why wasn't there a Secret Service guy there to answer questions like, hey, what the heck happened?
Everybody's pointing the finger right now. No,
Secret Service now stands for sucky suck.
Yes.
Sucky suck in the Federal Bureau of Idiots is what we're dealing 100%. With right now. Now, I posted this photo. All right. That's where Donald Trump was speaking. You see Trump right there, the little blue tab right here. Okay. This is where Donald Trump is speaking. But you see, there's a big old white roof behind him here. Now you had some snipers on this roof. Okay. Now let's just go over. This gigantic freaking white building right here.
God.
There's no sniper. There's no nothing. And do you see that little piece connecting the two? No, to the other side. Other side, the left. Right there. There was a ladder right there. Up there. That's how he crawled up. He crawled up the ladder to the building right there.
And what's the distance here between the shooting?
133 yards, roughly.
Yes.
You tell me, is that a hard shot?
Bro,
far?
Listen, not being nasty. Me and Graham both, we're trained. At that point, even iron sights, which this kid probably didn't have, but even iron sights, no scope, it's not a matter of can I hit him? It's which eye do you want it in?
Yeah.
I'm just being serious.
It's an easy shot.
It's an easy
shot.
And
Dan Bongino is going to talk about this in a minute, but counter snipers are trained at 1,000 yards.
Easily dialed in at 1,000 yards.
Dialed in. Can hit like a gnat at 1,000 yards, and they can identify threats from 1,000 yards away. That's part of the protocol, and I don't want to get too far ahead. I want Dan Bongino. It's about a 4-minute video, but it's like you have to pay attention. Here you go. Now, Tony sent us this. This is a Google satellite view of it here. So watch this. They're going to zoom in here. Okay. That's where Trump was. All right. Or is it the dot right there? I think it's the dot, the down a little bit right there. And then look, that's the distance. So you can see a little bit better at how close it all was.
Yeah,
look how close Trump was speaking to where the shooter was. They should have had snipers on that freaking building.
Yeah, and what I was saying, Graham, you can see on the left-hand side of that clip, there's a water tower up there, and people were saying that there should have been counter snipers up there to get the high ground up there.
But even if they weren't on the top, like, look, like, why were there not snipers right there? Like, me and Todd were not top tier military people, and even we know, like,
common sense. That's common sense.
That's real close, like to where he's speaking.
I mean, you just gave him a bird's nest from you gave him. All right, so let's look this. If you don't believe that this was a setup, let me just help you. Okay, so if this 20-year-old kid just sniper stalked the most difficult stalkable target on planet Earth,
distance.
If he has that type of skill set to do that, do you think he's missing that shot?
And look at the angle here.
From a prone position? No, sorry.
Look at the angle here too. If Trump did not turn his head all the way, which is so unlikely, right? Like we just talked about, it's such an easy shot in the side of the head.
How do you have a 360 perimeter? You see the tab there that says the counter sniper, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, but there's no sniper presence on the adjacent angle to where the protected asset is. It makes no sense. None whatsoever. It is the most insane thing I think I've ever witnessed. I don't think I've ever witnessed anything more insane. Again, okay, so you're seeing a little bit here of how more and more and more of this stuff doesn't make any sense. Okay? But I also want to take a second to, there you go. There's the building. There was a ladder right there. Like
it's underneath that platform. You can see it right up there. Insane, dude.
It's literally insane. And so another question is, was the ladder there from the beginning, or did the dude walk up with the rifle case and the ladder?
Well, either way, if the ladder was already there, isn't that the job of the Secret Service to go over there and say, "Hey, there's a ladder here. We need to remove it so nobody gets on top of the roof."
Security guard could pick that out.
We're going to let Dan Bongino say it because he says it best. Okay, Dan Bongino is uniquely qualified because he was Secret Service to the president. Okay. But first of all, I'm going to let's just go here. All right. The Secret Service's budget in 2024 is $3.2 billion, and the most targeted man in the world got hit with a bullet from about 130 yards away. According to 2024 Department of Homeland Security 2024 budget, the Secret Service budget was $3.277778 billion. The 20-year-old suspect was able to climb up on a structure 130 yards away without being detected. Now, if we can go to the four of us real quick, if I may talk honestly for a moment, I have been to over 30 Trump rallies, and I've spoken at Trump rallies. I always get VIP entrance, and then I've even got speaker entrance into this thing. I can't get through there without having to go through metal detectors, Secret Service, sniff dogs everywhere, all of the above. And I hate to say it like this. I'm me. I'm speaking at this thing. Like, you know what I mean? And it's still the same protocol. But you want to tell me that this person was just walked up with, at minimum, a rifle case, at worst, a rifle case and a ladder. I'm telling you the answer is nay. good sir or madam.
It's
It does
not
not
possible.
happen
It's not
unless it was
possible.
intentional. But let's keep going. I'm going to make a couple people mad here really
So,
quick.
Grant, before you move on, the last time I've only been to one Trump rally when he was in South Carolina, and when me and my family went to it, we did notice there was a lot of volunteers there. It was not so much the Secret Service or the state police or whatnot, but when you have volunteers there, like we took a bag with us with water and whatnot, and they hardly checked our bags. I mean, we walked through the metal detectors and they have you put your bag on the table, and it was the actual volunteers that were going through it. They kind of did a real quick, okay, go ahead, boom, kind of thing. And
Well,
we walked through.
they're looking for a bomb or a gun.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
I've been to a
not.
Trump rally and I brought camera cases because I was there to work, right? And they had dogs come and sniff my case. They opened up every case to look through it. Like, they were thorough for me. But my question is, like, moments before Trump went out, Donald Trump Jr. was out there with his kids
Yeah.
on stage who clearly were not safe. Is there anything that you think the Trump family will do against the Secret Service for the
They
lack of
should.
protection?
I
I'm
hope
not
so.
saying against them, but they need to get some operators, man.
Well, and we're gonna-
it's that serious.
We're going to get to that. Let's get to the female Secret Service people here.
Oof.
All right. And I already know that some people are going to get mad. I don't believe that women have any business protecting the president of the United States at all. I said it, not sorry, meant what I said. Play this clip, this image, and watch how just completely confused that they are. Here we go. Play it. No clue. And pause. Pause.
Can't even get the gun.
Go back a little bit.
Can't even
Go back a little bit. Right there. Okay.
on live.
Look how short they are. And I know Trump's standing up right there, but look at the people guarding him. They're not standing up on like the rail of the car. How is that 5'4", 5'5" female supposed to guard anyone? Okay? They're what they call, Dan Bongino's going to say in a minute, body guys, body people. Their job is to put their body in front of the protected asset. That's their job. Donald Trump's like 6'5".
Yeah.
What is this 5'4" person doing? Comment below. Do you agree, yes or no, that women should be protecting the president of the United States? Comment yes or no. And I want you to check out this photo next, because you want to talk about photos speaking 1,000.
Let's watch her try and do this.
Oh, yeah. Watch her try to get it. Yeah. Look, she's covered up by the dude with the gun.
Sure.
Jack can't even get it in.
Look at that. Look at that.
She was
right
trying
there.
to put it in her badge.
Yeah, that right there is all you need to see from somebody that's put in a combat situation. That is an individual. The fight or flight, that is
can't get it in.
flight. She's freaking out.
All right, now go to the picture. Hang on one second, Tony. Just 1 second. Go to the photo. Look,
Yeah, that's
the men are on top of Donald Trump. The woman is cowering down behind them.
Fired
I don't
immediately.
want to hear a dang thing.
Nothing.
There is no reason whatsoever that women should be involved in protecting the president of the United States because of fight or flight. And you're seeing it right now.
That's
the men
full flight right
are on
there.
top of.
Full
You can't even
flight.
see Donald Trump right
I
now.
don't even think it's the fight or flight. It's like you were saying, the pure mass aspect. Like, men are bigger.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Men
like
are
she,
bigger,
her
and that's
standing
how you
up.
need to protect a big man.
So you're talking about a kill shot. You're aiming here to here. You know, I mean, you're going center mass. You're here.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't even cover that on Trump. Like, she doesn't even cover
Donald
his
Trump
center
is a
mass.
big dude. I mean, he's tall. He is a tall guy. Okay. Barron got his height from Donald Trump. Okay. Like, Donald Trump is huge. He's tall. He's a big guy. And this right here, this DEI hire stuff, we keep talking about it over and over and over. DEI is going to get people killed. DEI is going to hurt people. DEI. Here you go. This DEI right here. Why? Why do you have a 5'4", kind of overweight female
Well, I'll tell you.
as a security detail to the president of the United States?
And very, very easy answer right there. DEI. And they don't care whether he lives or dies. They
So
don't.
my question was, I was gonna ask you guys. You guys have, I assume you guys have been in firefights with when you guys run the service. When you get into something like that, as we saw in the video there, she was having trouble trying to holster her weapon. Is it the adrenaline? Is it just you're freaking out?
It's
you
not
get
being able
confused,
to
or what
control
is
it. Now, and I'll give her this, Tony. I'll give her this much grace, like this much, because that was probably the first scenario she's ever been in real world. And I will tell you, it hits a little different the first time it happens than the second, third, fourth, and fifth. After time, your body acclimates and you learn to control that nervous energy of what you just saw. Some people just naturally do it.
But again,
some people can naturally do it.
Yes, and Todd's right, but that goes to the point. Why do you have someone that is not a combat tested special forces SWAT whatever person that has been in a firefight before, that knows what to do when shots are going off, that knows what to do when the man's bleeding on the ground, all the above? How in the world do you get on presidential protection duty and you have done none of those things?
So my follow-up question is, for Secret Service duty, you need to have that kind of experience?
Yes. I would not qualify to be on presidential duty because I was not special forces. I was not, recon, none of that stuff. I wouldn't qualify. Okay. Now you can get into the Secret Service. Absolutely. But not the presidential detail. That's the highest level you can be.
Gotcha. That's the show, bro.
That is the show. That is meant for the people. Like Dan Bongino was NYPD, but he was like the highest level counterterrorism SWAT that you could possibly be. That's what got him into the position of protecting President Obama back in the day. Okay. That is the point. Like, it's not supposed to be easy for you to get on.
Apparently it is.
Anyway, okay, these next two things are 4-minute clips, and we're going to go full screen for this. Well, there you go, just like that. Yeah. I believe it's very important for you guys to listen to everything that Dan Bongino says right here. And then there is a Green Beret sniper, level 1 sniper, that made a video after this. Also a reminder, hit this like button, hit that share button so more people see this info, and keep those donations coming. Every single cent is going to the GoFundMe page that Donald Trump set up for the victims. So stop being cheap. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I haven't seen any of these.
This is Dan Bongino talking about what in the world happened. Here we go. Play it.
Joins me now. Is this gross incompetence, or is it something even more scary that we can't even think about?
No, it's gross incompetence. I mean, how do you think about it, right? The counter sniper team, they train out, the Secret Service counter sniper team, obviously they're to mitigate a sniper threat. They train out to 1,000 yards. So we're talking about, say it was 200 yards. It was actually less than that where this shooter was, right? You're talking about a fraction of what they're trained at. They're also trained to spot guys in ghillie suits, cracked open windows.
Right.
He's on a white roof in broad daylight.
On a white roof.
Now, again, it'd be easy for me to say, oh, well, let's not get into Monday morning quarterbacking. Bro, it's not a freaking football game. It's the president of the United States' life. The Secret Service has one job. Well, outside of counterfeiting and protection, it is one job. You keep the body alive no matter what. Mm-hmm. They came within a millimeter of this guy losing his life. I don't understand some of the commentary that's, they did a great job. Well, the body guys, that response was, brave. They ran up there. They didn't know there could have been 10 more shooters.
Right.
No doubt. Know those guys. Pretty heroic what happened there. But the security failure in the perimeter is a complete, total debacle. No one should defend this.
So when you have guys, we just played the sound, when you have fans saying, hey, there's a guy with a gun over there, to multiple law enforcement guys, and they still are just looking around like this and no one. How does that happen?
Well, I'll tell you, I'm getting from a number of sources that people are feeding to me their information, obviously, because they want to fix it. They're concerned, and I think you're going to see a lot of whistleblowers. I'm hearing there were very, very few. I don't want to give an exact number, but very few actual, I don't think anyone else has reported this, actual Secret Service poststanders at that site. That they were temp HSI,
right.
Homeland Security folks, they're great folks. I'm not knocking them, but that's not what they do specifically. We do protection and we're trained for that. So I'm hearing that. I'm also hearing that the counter sniper team, that they had a problem seeing over the elevation. That's why I didn't engage right away.
Oh, come on.
But that's not the problem. The problem, well, it's the problem, but that's not the problem is, where the hell was the aerial visual support? Why was there no helicopter? Why was there no drone? Why was there no FLIR? Why was there no thermal? Forward-looking infrared. How the hell is the crowd acting as the freaking counter surveillance operation?
That's the best asset you have, is random Trump supporters telling police that there's a guy with a gun. What technology are they deploying? They're bragging about they have all this new technology. I didn't see it. Tell me about when they rush him over to the van, I guess, the vehicle. It seemed like some of the Secret Service agents, I just don't know if they had the stature that I would expect to see, and the gravitas that I would expect to see protecting the former president.
Well, the rule is maximum to the protectee, minimum to the problem, right? Because you don't know how many problems there are. So if you try to rush to one problem, like the Malcolm X shooting, and there's another problem over there, you're going to wind up getting dead quick. So they did the right thing by rushing to the protectee. On the evac out, yeah, you do see a couple of agents who one couldn't reholster the weapon and things like this. So, yeah, there were some definitely.
The other one was like 5'4".
Yeah, I mean, you're going to find out in the coming weeks that the physical fitness standards for men and women are different. That's weird because the protectee's weight and height doesn't change for a man or a woman.
Does Cheadle get fired anytime soon?
She needs to go immediately. She has disgraced the Secret Service multiple times. She needs to go. She needs to be fired ASAP, but Mayorkas doesn't have the cojones to do it.
Biden should do it. Leapfrog Mayorkas.
All right, pause. All right, so they're talking about this.
Zero chance.
Right. Different physical fitness standards for men and women, but listen to this. Now, here is where we get into the fact that I believe that President Trump is not safe. I know he's at the RNC. I know he's there to accept the nomination. I do not agree. Do we have the Fox News article after this? Is that what's next?
Yep.
All right. So this is just an excerpt from the article that the Secret Service says that there is no changes made to its RNC security plan after failed Trump assassination. What the crap are you talking about? What in the world do you mean that there's no changes to be made to the RNC security after this?
Well, Graham, let's not forget that the Secret Service is being overseen by people who are in charge that are under the Biden administration. So why would they try to change it and help Trump? And
right. And so this is an inside job. Royce, I need you to go really quick to Twitter, my Twitter, and look for the Secretary or Senator Manchin's video from last week. All right, I posted it last week. Senator Manchin said, this was a question before we play it. This was a question about Biden. Do you think that Biden is going to be able to do it? And Senator Manchin says, well, let's see how this weekend goes, and then we'll have a clearer picture of where we're at. And we were all like, well, what is that supposed to mean? And we thought it meant about Biden. If I was Speaker Johnson and I was the Senate Majority Leader, all this stuff, I would have this dude in front of Congress today. Play the clip. Listen.
But are you personally confident that he has what it takes to not only continue this election, but then to serve for another 4 years?
Listen.
Well, I think that if you just wait until this weekend, there'll be more comes out. I believe that we'll be able to have a better, clear view of what's happening.
Pause. If you just wait till this weekend and see what happens, then we'll have a clearer picture on where things are at.
So sketchy.
I'm not saying that he knew. I'm just saying everybody was confused by his statement of that. And I got to give a shout out to the Dear America fan base and the audience watchers, because it was a watcher that sent us an email reminding me about this.
Yep.
Like, okay, but here's even further. Now, this is a Green Beret level 1 sniper who made a video.
Tier 1 operator.
Okay.
Bad boy, right?
Long video, but you guys need to listen to this. Let's play it.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm here to tell you why the shooting of President Donald Trump yesterday, without a doubt in my mind, was a planned and coordinated attack on the president inside our government, our local agency, or police force. Here's why. My name is Matthew Murphy, and I am a retired Green Beret, retired from the Special Forces Group, but I'm also a level 1 sniper, which means that I have graduated the highest level of training for snipers that you can do in special operations. We're trained, I'm going to avoid confidential or classified terminology. We're trained in assassinations and counter assassinations for the very reason, case in point, yesterday, the shooting of President Donald Trump. So, First of all, anywhere the president's going to go, there are teams from the Secret Service that go out days, if not weeks, if not months, before the president will ever be at that spot. And they do a site security assessment. And they do that with the local police forces and agencies to ensure that every potential security threat or vulnerability is secured and, of course, protected against. Now, this is done way before Donald Trump will ever get there, and they know every place that the president will be, and the sniper team especially is responsible for ensuring that no one can take a shot at the president. Now, that does not mean that the sniper team just sets up with their guns and scans the crowd and shoots. No, what they do, the most important thing they do, pre-Donald Trump showing up, is within a 360-degree environment of that podium of the president, they ensure that there is not a place that is open that will be accessible by someone with a rifle to take a shot at the president. So they make sure those places are barricaded off, inaccessible, and heavily guarded, so there is no way you are going to get to the place where you can even shoot the president with a rifle before the president shows up. Then they scan the crowd and those places of the rifle just in case by some miracle you do. Now, you're not going to tell me, I don't care who you are, don't listen to the media, it's nonsense anyways, I think most of us know that by now, that some 20-year-old kid that looks like he played Dungeons and Dragons in his mom's basement is trained on a gun, especially a sniper rifle like that, is a registered Republican, and then can access anywhere near the vicinity of that crowd, of that event, with him not dressed in a uniform and that sniper rifle. He was wearing American flag t-shirt and pants, and he had a rifle. You're going to tell me that that kid went through all this levels of security, somehow got into the closest building to the president, then accessed the rooftop of the closest building to the president, then had the time to unpack his rifle, lay down in the prone, and then take 5 to 8 well-aimed shots at the president before he was decisively engaged by the Secret Service's counter sniper teams or a local police department. I don't know who they were. Most likely police.
No way.
You're going to tell me all that happened and a 20-year-old kid did that without it being heavily planned, coordinated, and people on the inside making it happen? There's absolutely no way possible that that kid was able to get up there and take those shots at the president without a lot of internal help. So someone in that local, or some people inside that local police department, agencies, or Secret Service is compromised and is a threat to our president. So we need to stop worrying about that damn shooter and start worrying about
focus on the compromise thing against the president.
You need an American to protect you who's actually good at sniping and stopping this crap. Give me a call. I'll do it for free.
Yeah.
Look, exactly. We need to stop. I tweeted earlier, we need to stop focusing on the shooter, and we need to focus on the fact that there is obviously compromise within President Trump, within the Secret Service, within the police surrounding the areas. There is compromise. Compromise. Ladies and gentlemen, if you believe that to be true, comment yes or no in the chat. James, Taylor, Miss Susie, all of you, if you're watching this show, please, I am begging you to talk to the president. I am begging you, Mr. President, to rethink everything that you're doing right now, because they are going to try again. Mm-hmm. They're going to.
Only a matter
I'm
of time.
telling you right now, they are going to. Look at the chat. Look at the chat. Everybody knows. Everybody knows that this is going to happen again. Everybody knows they're going to try again. Now your court cases are out. Now your court cases are getting dismissed. So they can't go after you in court now. What else is there? What else is there? Mr. President, I am begging you, please. Laura, Don Jr., all you guys watch the show.
Anybody, Beret, somebody.
To freaking just, I don't even know what the right answer is, but I don't know. Clear the building out while you accept it. Like, I don't know what to do at this current moment, but I don't know how you can trust the Secret Service at this point. I don't know how you can trust anyone around you at this current moment, because it is obvious that something nefarious inside your own protection details, which is assigned by the current sitting think about this for 5 seconds. The current sitting president is in charge of the Secret Service details to the former presidents, which the former president also happens to be the dude that is kicking his ever-living butt right now. And now we see all these lapses in judgment. Now we see that even despite this catastrophic failure from the Secret Service, they're currently stating that they're not changing a single thing to their RNC security detail and plans. What? Let me tell you something else. My friends at Turning Point USA, all of my creator friends, all of my conservative friends, I go tomorrow to the RNC. It is going to be, I am not sure that this is not a powder keg waiting to go off.
Oh, it is.
There's going to be agitators out there. We now know that they are willing to kill Donald Trump. You really think they're not willing to kill you? I mean, I'm being honest.
Taking body armor, right?
I'm being honest here. Anybody going to the RNC, you better have your head on a swivel. And I'm not even kidding. My friends at Turning Point, my friends at Daily Wire, Rumble, literally everyone who's going to be there, you need to rethink your content creation process. You need to rethink this going out into the crowd and like trying to get reactions out of people, because that's fine and good. 48 hours ago, the president of the United States had a 0.05% chance of living and came within a millimeter away of having his brains blown out. You really think that this, I don't know. I think everything needs to be rethought for the RNC convention. I just do. And this is not living in fear. I'm still going. I'm saying that tensions are super high right this second, man. And I'll go ahead and say this even further. We were a 0.05% chance away, which means that we were 99.95% chance of civil war.